So right now, as you probably noticed, we don't have any security on our application. So anyone can do anything, and it syncs and it's great, but we don't want anyone to do anything. So the first thing we're going to do is to remove the insecure package. This is a package that automatically Meteor adds to our application and sets the default behavior on collection that it permits everything. When you remove it, it means that it denies everything. Once we're removing it, nobody can do anything on the database. So let's start with that. After we will remove that package, we need to define who and what and how can do manipulations on the database. So let's start by Meteor remove the insecure package. Now that we removed it, we can start. First of all, we want to add the accounts package that Meteor has. It's a very powerful package that helps us work with accounts and with users. So the name of the package is accounts password. So let's do Meteor add accounts password. So it added accounts password and all the packages that depends on it that it depends on. The next thing we want to do is that Meteor also has default UI packages that we can start quickly to work with users. So we won't need to add a lot of HTML templates into that. Later on, we can also change it, of course. So that package is called accounts UI. So let's add that as well. Great. Now, the first thing we want to do is to add the buttons of the login, sign out, and everything to handle users. So we're going to use a default Meteor templates, and to do that, we need to put it inside the Meteor include directive, because it's a plain Meteor package. So we're gonna define this directive, and into its source attribute we're gonna name the package that we want to use, the template that we want to use. So the name of the default template is login buttons. Now let's see if something has happened. Let's run the app. Go to localhost 3000. So now we're not signed in. You can see we have here all the templates that we want. We have sign in, we have forgot password, create account, let's create account, like new password, create that account, and now I'm logged in. But because I removed the insecure package, I'm not supposed to be able to do anything. So if I click here X, then nothing happens. It doesn't delete. Or if I go to a party and I'm trying to change it, nothing happens. The reason you see that this is moving a little bit but still stays here, and also that here something is happening but is being removed immediately, is that the permissions are running on the server, but because we have the mini Mongo running on the client, that the action is happening immediately. It's called latency compensation, and then later on the server is syncing everything, and if we don't have permissions to do it, it rolls back the change. So that's great. So everything we wanted to have is here. We also can sign out if we want, but now we need to define our rules to if we do want to change a party. So to do that, we can go into the parties definition and start adding rules for us to have. So we're going to do that with the allow property. So the parties, then we have allow. Inside allow we have few objects we can define. So first of all, the insert. Who is allowed to do insert and when? So we get here the user ID as a parameter, the current user that is logged in, and the object that is being inserted. In this case, a party. Now we want to return true only if we have a user ID, means that we are logged in, and the party's owner equals that user ID. Means that the current user that is logged in is the owner of that party. Now let's define who can update that party. So the update function gets the current user ID, the object to update, the fields that are being updated, the modifiers of the update action. And here we want to return false. Same thing, if the user ID is not equal to the party's owner, we want to return false, else we want to return true. And we want to define who removes it. So remove gets the same parameters as insert, the user ID and the party to remove. And the rules are the same. So now we have our rules, but we're still missing, we don't have an owner property to our parties, so we need to add an owner property. So let's go to where we are adding new parties. It's in the HTML. In parties list, we have that form here. And when we create a new party, we want the new party, the owner, to be equal to the current user that is logged in. Now, angular-meteor gives us a service that automatically gives us variables in the root scope of Angular to have access to the current user that is logged in. So all we need to do to get the current user is to call the root scope and get the current user. And we want the owner to be equal to the ID of that user. So now every time we're adding a new party, the owner of that party will be equal to that current user, and only that user will be able to change this current party. Let's test that. So the server is running. Let's refresh. And now let's this party I'm not the owner, I can't change it. But let's set my party. First of all, I need to be logged in, of course. So let's log in with the account that I've created before. Now I'm logged in. So let's add Uri's party. Let's add that party. Now let's try to edit this party. Edit description. You can see already that it's being changed. You can look at the other browser, and you can see that everything is changing also there. Now let's try in the other browser where I'm not logged in. Let's try to delete this party, and I can't. But in that browser I'm logged in as Uri, as the owner. Let's try to remove it, and it is being removed. So our rules are working. That's great. Now another nice thing that Meteor supplies us is social login. We can add like login with Facebook and login with Twitter and Google and GitHub and many other services. So all we need to do to add it is to add the appropriate packages. So let's add Meteor, add accounts, Facebook. And now let's add the same but for Twitter. And let's run our app. Let's go back to the client, refresh, sign out. And now you can see that I can configure Facebook login and configure Twitter login. Configuring Facebook login means that Meteor automatically helps us with a small wizard that helps us define a new Facebook app ID, and we just need to fill the new app ID here and the app secret here, and Meteor will automatically put those definitions into our app, and we're good to go. That's it.